station of the Winnebago Tribe.
Good evening, good evening. You are listening to 100.9 on your FM dial. This is KWTN. You're listening to the Big Voice Radio. Tonight is Wednesday. We are live at 5. Wednesday nights is the Big Voice Sports Talk Show. We have a lot of sports going on in Winnebago. The last couple of weeks been just busy around here. Just last night we had a big football game. Today, myself, your host Coach Q, and my co-host B Luv, we're going to bring you a lot of sports. We're going to talk about football. We got a couple special guests in the house tonight. We have football coaches from the Winnebago High School. Coach Adam James, say hello.
Hello.
And then Coach Adam Tramner is also here with us. Say hello, Coach.
What's up?
And these guys are here to spend the hour with us. We're going to talk some sports. We're going to talk Winnebago sports, and we're definitely going to get into the playoffs, the football playoffs for this year. The Winnebago advanced to the second round of the All Nations football playoffs, heading for that championship. That's what we're looking for. But we're going to talk about a couple other sports before we get into that long conversation there. First on our agenda, we're going to talk a little bit. We're going to give some early shout-outs. Okay, early shout-outs. I don't know. I mean, if you guys have any shout-outs, coaches, B Love, if you have any shout-outs. I named a couple on the list today just to start us off, and give a shout-out to the high school girls volleyball team. They just recently ended their season. I believe they went out with about 6 or 7 wins in the season. Team looked a lot better than it did in the last couple of seasons, and I see a lot of promise in those young athletes there. Coach Adam James, I know that being the athletic director at Winnebago, you kind of have to watch all these sports, So what do you think of the volleyball program?
It was good. We got Coach Darla Point, alumni. Probably one of the better football. Geez, sorry, got that on my mind. Volleyball players ever to come out of Winnebago. So yeah. She's back in the reins, and I think girls are starting to buy in a little bit to everything that she wants them to do, not only on the court but off the court with sportsmanship and being at practice and getting all of that stuff back in order. They're having a lock-in tonight to close out the season and come together and be a family. So yeah. She does a lot of good stuff with that on the outside. So a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff that nobody really sees.
That's cool. That is cool. That is cool. And a lock-in, huh?
Where are they doing that at?
Up at the school.
Oh, that sounds fun.
What, no school tomorrow?
No school. We got parent-teacher conferences tomorrow.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm just I got switch shifts at work, and I'm still kind of out of it. That's crazy.
Yeah, so myself, I noticed during volleyball season, and I got to do a couple games, which I was happy to do. What I noticed about the volleyball squad is we have the athletes, and I think the experience, like actually game experience, is what we're lacking. And I think we talked about it a couple of times that Winnebago would look like they had the game. They would be ahead on a team early, and they would get a little too comfortable, and they would just kind of like lose their composure. The other team would call timeout, makes adjustments, but then the girls were too comfortable, come out, and then probably about the last 1/4 of that one set there that they'd kind of give up a little bit.
I noticed. I went to a couple of the games, the games that I seen. Not trying to give not trying to get after anybody or anything, but it seems like a lot of the girls there kind of really after they get a good play or the team gets good play, then they all kind of stand in that opposite corner from the serve, and they all have a little clap and little bumping hips and doing little moves and stuff like that. And I was like, they're worried about making that perfecting that than they are trying to get the game going. So that's the stuff I see. I even seen it kind of carrying down to the junior high girls too. I've seen a lot of the girls going, like I said, I got my grandbaby playing junior high, and then I seen them doing it too. So I'd have to get after it a little bit too and say, hey, concentrate on playing ball. You're not that cute out there.
Yeah, I think it goes with a lot of other sports, not just here but all over.
Yeah.
Where you see certain things on TV.
Yeah.
You see the TV stuff and the celebrations and whatnot that you can kind of get away with, when you get older.
Yeah.
But at this level, what you're talking about is, let's learn the basics.
Yeah.
Let's take care of business first.
Yeah.
we have time later on in life to do all that stuff.
That's only. I'm not, like I said, I'm not knocking anybody. They're all little girls, you know. So, but they all do the thing, and it must be the trend, and because you see it everywhere.
Yeah, it is.
But I see them all doing that. They all want to act cute and doing that. I'm like, oh, you guys just play ball.
Yes. So one thing that we talked about earlier in the volleyball season, Coach Darla was actually on the show, and we discussed possibly, you know, keeping the high school girls playing together in the off season. You know, they have the new leagues up at the arena. I can't even call them new anymore because they're 2-3 years strong now. You know, and they're just getting bigger and bigger, and that's a perfect opportunity for our girls here in Winnebago to continue playing that sport.
How many seniors are on that team, guys? You guys remember?
7. Yes.
Wow, you guys announced the seniors already.
Melody being the leader on that. She's, I think, her and Mimi K both played quite a bit.
Oh yeah.
And started, but yeah, I believe there were 7 total.
Who's the Toddy Boy and Mary's daughter? What's her name? Is that who she is? She's real tall now. What's her?
That's Tier's little sister.
Oh, Walker.
Ramiria.
Ramiria.
Holy smoke, she's tall. She's got to be pushing 6 foot already.
Yep.
Yeah.
Man.
Yep. She's a freshman. Yep.
Oh, jeez.
Well,
okay.
I'm gonna totally continue on encouraging Darla, and then even the junior high coaches and even the coaches from Worthington to keep the girls playing in the summer.
Yep.
We actually had, I think, 1 or 2 teams that actually played summer league volleyball up there, and I'm not sure, maybe 5th and 6th grade was Cass there.
Carlina played. That was 3rd grade.
Volleyball.
Yeah.
Okay, so they got some young girls that are playing outside of volleyball season too.
Yep.
So, but hey, it's something good to look forward to. You know, volleyball girls did really good this year. So continued success for you girls. You know, just want the best for you girls.
Yeah.
Another shout out. Let's talk about the shout out to Tressa Big Bear. Tressa Big Bear. She was on a show last week, and she gave a really good story about her experience at the districts and placing 4th there, and being the first Winnebago girl or girl from Winnebago to qualify for the state cross country meet. And she's just a ball of joy. She was in here, she was just all happy, and you could just tell that she was enjoying the moment,
Yeah.
But I know you guys both got to watch her run all season long, and you guys made quite a few of the meets, and what, you guys got any stories about Tressa on the season?
She we actually do some basketball in the summertime, and she plays for us on our Bullets team for sophomores, and we actually have 3 Winnebago girls, Tressa and Dane, and actually 2. Sorry, my bad. We have 2 girls that are playing for us in the summertime, so I get to see Tress quite a bit on the off season, and it's fun. She's a good girl. She loves competing, even though she might not be the most talented girl out there when she's out there, but she goes and competes hard, and it's kind of cool to watch her on the basketball court go and get rebounds over girls that are a foot taller than her. She just has a knack for everything she does, and I think that showed in cross country at districts. I think we had her timed out to be about 12th, 13th place. We thought she had a good chance, and then she goes out there and kills it and gets 4th place. So that's just the competitor that she is.
She when she was here last week, she was talked about you talked about her getting rebounds over girls that are taller than her. She gave props to her idol, who she liked, was Dennis Rodman. Dennis Rodman.
Yeah, she said Dennis Rodman.
She was happier. I mean, to me, I was catching that little vibe that she's happy this is her last race because she's all in shape, ready for basketball. So I think basketball's her sport.
She loves basketball.
Yeah, so it's good job, good little. And I was gonna try to not correct you, but you did have 3 Winnebago girls on your team. Tori Walker.
Tori Walker.
Yeah,
absolutely.
she's Winnebago.
Yep, she's Winnebago. She goes to Homer. Yeah,
that's
what I was thinking. I knew we did.
Yeah, I knew there was 3. That's why I was like, hey, there is one more.
Yeah.
And I think we just gave Tori Walker a shout out last week or the week before too, because she broke the all-time kills record up there in Homer.
Yeah. Oh man, that's the game I went to watch the girls play, and then our girls had them too. But Tori, you can just see there's something different in her, how she can time her jump and how she swings. And
she plays a lot of volleyball. Yeah. She does it all season long. Even when we're in summertime playing basketball, she's on the opposite. During the weekdays, she's going to Omaha and playing volleyball. So.
Oh, I see. Yeah, and then that's her sport too.
Yeah,
so
another Winnebago girl. Another shout out right there too. Yeah, good shout out for that one. Do you guys got any shout outs you guys want to give? I got a couple more here, but I'm asking you guys here. Well,
I'm just looking at your list, and I think it's, you're
Good
talking
list.
about volleyball and having them at the beginning. I know I always go back to making sure we're in their weight room, and I think that's going to get us to over that hump of not just volleyball, any sport. I think we tried to put a huge emphasis on that this summer and last summer. We're getting more kids that are involved in it. We got a weight class every period of the day for high school now, so we're getting more and more kids that are getting involved in it. We got a pretty good weightlifting guy by the name of Dalton Waterman, so I gotta give him a shout out. Dude's intense. We call him our hype man.
The hype man.
Yeah, and you got class with him and during the school day you hear him just pumping kids up and getting them in the weights, and the guy's pretty knowledgeable about the weights. So
He's first year here.
Second year, yep. But
Do you remember him?
I don't remember him.
Hey, he played softball with us this summer.
Yep.
The ginger.
Yep.
Oh, that dude.
You got the ring.
X-Man's cousin.
Oh, Waterman. Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's it.
Yeah.
One game.
Yes, he's kind of
That's when he slacked up AF that time.
Yeah,
Trayvon,
those guys.
He had his AF jersey on. He was supposed to play with them guys. We didn't have enough, so he played with us, and we beat him, and they're all mad at us.
Still?
The rest of the summer.
Still?
Yeah.
As Bethany goes through pictures, like shout out to Andrew Harlan. He hit a milestone this second game, 2 games back.
Yeah.
We were playing Red Cloud. He eclipsed 3,000 total rushing yards in his career. So
That's
shout out
crazy.
to Antrell.
Yeah, good shout out. Good
Yeah,
shout
we
out.
brought that up last week too, and then we talked about that. He's only like 28 yards short of that, or something, going into the other game, not this last game, but the game before.
I think it's even crazier. Like we were talking about, last year, junior year, we played 9 total games, and when the starters are, getting two quarters a game, I mean, he's hitting these 3,000 yards in half of the game. So
Oh yeah, yep.
so you got to think of it that way too.
Wow, that's pretty good. That's impressive.
That's a 100-yard field. That's a lot of running, man.
We said that a couple weeks ago when he talked about it. He said even 1,000 is big. You know, then when he's pushing 3 already, and I was like, man, that's crazy. Wow.
Yeah, it's tough, man.
Good job, man. Big guy too, boy.
Yeah, I got another shout out. I just saw DJ Besman was bringing those pictures by, but the girls out there, Isabel.
Yeah, we got 2 girls at Central Methodist playing basketball: Isabel Fremont and Jayla Price.
Oh,
Yeah,
those guys both down
shout out to them. They got little spotlights from their schools, and put on. Social media helps all of us out in the communities that these kids are from. We get to see all the stuff. Like just pictures of them sitting right there in their basketball uniform. And just knowing that they're getting ready to start hooping. And I know that both those girls took some time off, and they must have really talked about it, about going back and getting their second chance at this basketball thing, and it looks like they're doing it. That I think they're both gonna probably be on that varsity team.
That's good.
Yeah.
Remember, they both could hoop.
And then another shout out. I know that Landslide Decora, huge. His daughter Kelsey is just was in her last meet a couple days ago. There were some pictures on Facebook showing her she's in her last competition of the year. So I know she had a fun season. I mean, we could say a long season, we can say a tough season, but golf, and she talked about it too. That's fun, for her.
One thing I don't know if it was Huge's snap or who it was who sent it, but I think she got her first eagle.
Really?
That last meet too, I believe. I can't remember unless I dreamt it. I mean, someone reach out and put in the comments if that was right or not. If she got her first eagle.
Yep, she's at Peru State College golfing. They have a fall and actually spring season, so she's done with the fall season, and they'll hit up the spring season. And
now that one counts for 1 year.
Yep. College they have 2 seasons.
That's
right.
cool.
This fall season,
That's
I believe, is kind of the warm up for the spring. Spring's more of the intense, where you have the college playoffs and all that stuff,
Oh, okay.
tournament and stuff.
Man,
I
that
believe
sounds
that's how
fun.
it's set up. But yeah, they have 2 seasons, kind of like track for college. They have an indoor outdoor.
That's cool. That driver, she got about 600.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty awesome to be able to look at Facebook and see all of our kids that are flourishing in college right
Hey,
now.
wait, back that up a little bit. That Quince right there.
Yeah, so since we're talking about Peru, another shout out to the Winget brothers. They're getting ready to start their final their final season. Looking for big things to happen. They made that tournament last year, and I know that they're probably real hungry to make it even further this year. So, David and Matthew playing a full season together down there, man, that's gonna be exciting. It's just gonna be so much hype down there during basketball season.
We got 4 kids up Peru. We actually have Natasha Deal too.
Yeah, Natasha Deal.
She's a starter on the girls team. So I know she's out there playing. I talked to her mom the other day, and I think they go down to Haskell actually here.
Is it a jamboree game?
It's like a jamboree.
I asked David about
I think it
that.
was
He didn't
November
know that.
2nd.
I know girls. I know the Peru State girls go down there, but I don't know about the boys.
Yeah,
We're gonna have to check on
Yeah, I
that.
asked David about that. He said that's first he heard about it. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, I talked to Natasha's mom too, and that's what she said, that they're going to Haskell to play down there.
Yep.
So like a jamboree game.
Yeah, it's like just a warm-up game kind
Yeah.
of.
That sounds fun. Yeah,
That's
that
cool.
sounds fun. All right, well,
Go get it, Natasha.
Oh, I got another one
Since
too.
we're-
Diami.
yeah, since we're talking about Haskell,
Yep.
This guy comes up all the time
man,
on our,
I know.
talk show.
And
Just,
then I don't even want, because we always say nephew, but I don't want to be like that. But he's been every week. He's been amazing everybody on what he's doing down there
Yep.
in cross country. And then just recently he actually won his first collegiate cross country meet as a freshman.
I believe that one was an 8K too, so it's a little longer.
Wow.
And I believe that got him the conference runner of the week
Oh yeah.
for I think it's the Kansas Iowa conference.
Man,
I believe is what
you
it
got to
is.
be in so much shape, dude.
yeah,
Man.
Jumanji.
And I believe they run they host the conference meet. That is not that's next Saturday.
November 9th, I believe that
Yeah,
date
next. Is it the 9th or the 4th?
On a Saturday.
I think it's
the fourth.
If we
yeah.
made the championship,
I think it's the
we'd
4th
be
because
if we couldn't make it.
yeah.
Yeah.
They was talking last week or the week before about how does one go and watch those. I went down and watched my grandson KJ run down. He run for Bancroft, and all you do is get to see him take off, and then you see him come back across the finish line.
Yeah.
You got.
You gotta
got-
go.
Yeah.
You
If
gotta
you're
go from here
if you're
to
a
there.
crazy fan, like some of these parents,
You run in.
they're running with them.
Yeah.
I mean, not alongside them,
Wow,
but they're
that's-
running, and then they'll cut across the golf course or something like that.
And zigzag, so they kind of they'll map those crazy the coaches and everything map it out where they can go touch base with the kid at every mile or mile half mile.
They were also talking about how can one set up a drone or something and have them fly.
Yeah,
and
you know,
watch it, doable.
we were talking about that. I think I think that was on a post or something, but I think we actually went up to MOC Floyd Valley and ran that one over in Iowa, and they always give us a map of the course. Well, they actually took a drone, and the guy drove in a gator, and the drone followed him on the course. And that was when I was like, well, they have a lead car. I wonder if they could do something like that. So
Oh, yeah.
I don't. I think it's all in the works. I think it'll eventually get there.
That'll be
but
cool.
It's pretty sweet. He drove the whole entire course, and the drone just followed him, so it showed the kids before they even got out there where they were running and stuff.
That's pretty cool.
Have to get a hold of DJ Guaranteed and get that drone out.
Yeah.
Right, it's already sitting back here
Yeah.
on the
Yeah,
floor.
he,
Just seen
he
it.
just said he had it out last night at the game. So
If I mean, if those drones down to Lincoln can make the Nebraska end and do all this and that
Oh, yeah,
stuff,
yeah.
you know, tons of them. Obviously, you should be able to follow a runner out on the golf course.
yeah.
That's great. That'll be something else. So cool.
Yeah, that sounds cool. That sounds cool. Well, guys, any more shout outs? I think the ones that I kind of wrote down on the list, that's the ones I gave a shout out to. If you guys got any more, if not,
Well, you always bring up the Omaha Nation girls too. I guess they lost their first sub-district game too, so they're done. I heard
Yeah.
that. So I mean,
Yeah.
shout out for a good season there, girls.
yeah. Now, it was good following them. I know that I was talking about those twin sisters a
Yeah.
lot, and they really kind of brought it the whole season. I believe they lost to Logan View.
We
yeah.
lost to them in that opening round of sub-districts.
Yeah, so they
That's
beat
too bad.
Winnebago, then they come over, beat Omaha Nation, and it was I guess it went down to five. What do they call them, sets?
Sets.
And went all the way down to the wire and stuff like that, and they just couldn't pull it off, and the season was gone, you know.
Man,
But congratulations to those girls.
congratulations on a good
They
season.
broke a lot of milestones. I saw they broke a lot of milestones this season, and those girls are coming back as juniors next year. So
Jeez.
I mean, they can only get better, right?
That's right.
So shout out to those guys there. So
Oh, one more
Hey.
to the Nebraska girls. The
yeah.
new number one team in the nation.
Oh yeah, everybody was watching that game Saturday night. I
Yeah.
think more people were watching the volleyball game than the football game.
Oh yeah, it's a little more, a little funner to watch.
It was
That's the word
intense.
for it.
Yeah.
It wasn't as messy.
Yeah. Well, another shout out too. I guess even Omaha Nation hosted their first playoff game in the All Nations playoff tournament, and they won their first game as well.
good.
Do you know who they played?
They played Crazy Horse.
Crazy Horse.
Yeah.
And so they got their first playoff win at home, hosted. So congratulations to them guys too.
Good job, guys.
And I guess one shout out I didn't give last week. The young man from Santee, Kellen Saul, one of my little nephews. I call him my nephew, but he plays ball in summertime for me sometimes, and he made the state cross country meet too. I didn't see the result of his meet, but
No, I didn't either.
but yeah, shout out to Kellen. Good running up there. I did message him a couple times before they ran. Just kind of trying to inspire him a little bit from down here, letting him know that he had more than just his community following him. There's some pictures right there. Does it say what he got, what place he got? But there's some good pictures right there, Kellen, and it looks like his family, and a lot of support there from family and people from Santee. So congratulations on him.
Good job.
Yep. So, what's that?
34th
Oh.
out of 131 runners.
Okay. Yeah. So Kellen Medina came in at 34th out of 131.
All right.
Good running there, Kellen.
Yeah.
So anyway, so let's go ahead and get on into this football, man. Hey, thanks for the shout outs, guys. Thanks for the shout outs. We love to give shout outs on here, and I know especially the youngsters out there that hear their names on here.
Yeah.
I mean, it kind of makes them want to listen again, so we'll be getting some more shout outs as we go along. All right, you guys, so we're going to go ahead and talk about the football game. We also got some boys in here that are going to hop on the microphones during this little session we got here, but first we're going to talk to the coaches. But we got the boys that are going to join us. We got Cassius Carnes in the house. He got player of the game last night.
Mm-hmm.
We got the X-Man up here for moral support. And then we got the big man, Jared Doxey.
Docs.
Is here. And Dox has been going on a rampage on those PATs, and also kind of threw a couple of touchdowns or a couple extra points too recently too. So we're gonna go and get into that too. But yeah, well, you gotta go to these games, bro.
I'll catch the next one. Way up there.
All right. So but anyway, we got Coach Adam James and Coach Adam Tranmer here. The two Adams, I guess that's what they go by. But let's go ahead and talk about the game last night. Give us a little recap. I mean, a lot of people that are watching the show did watch the game last night, but maybe like some people that didn't, watch the game last night, they can kind of give a little insight of the
You're
game.
just getting called out big time, ain't you, Bob?
Yeah. Man.
So what we saw is Winnebago just in all aspects of the game getting a little better.
Yeah.
Offensively, in the pass game, in the running game, and then defensively, like I don't know if you guys rewatched the game or anything like that, but we kept on talking about how much the defense been stepping up, and not just one or two people in every single position that we have on the field, that the defense is stepping up, and then you sub somebody in, and then you don't lose a step.
No.
You guys got good reserve players that come in and don't lose a step. The speed is there. But anyway, give us a little recap of last night, because I know that the listeners are probably really eager to hear about how Winnebago's doing in this playoffs.
Yeah, watched that first quarter. Obviously, it was our boys came out flying around. Probably the best quarter we've played on the season. I mean, there's no doubt about it. We've had to move around a couple people this year, find people's positions. Got off to a slow start on the season, and I think we're just hitting our stride right now. We got people where they need to be. We've had to adjust our defense a little bit. We have it set up where we're exactly where we need it. Keeping it simple, having kids fly around with Kennedy at middle linebacker being able to stop the run at all points. We just wanted him to be able to hit the lanes and open them up for him to make some great tackles, and that's exactly what he's doing. Our ends are containing really well. Our corners are covering great. I think we had 4 interceptions yesterday.
Yeah.
Little Caden Brown rig out there doing some good stuff. Patrick Burke got one at the safety position.
Little Brady
Brady got
little
it.
Brady
Not
got
Brady.
two of them.
Brady got 2 of them. Patrick got one, I believe. I can't remember off the top of my head who got the other one, but our defense is putting our offense in short yards to get the ball in the end zone. We played them 3 weeks ago, and it was 14-0 at halftime, so you can just see where we've come in the last 2 weeks also. Our offense is hitting strides right now. Antrell Harlan, he's a gamer, and we needed to put him at that spot at quarterback to give us a little bit more dimensional offense, and I think that's exactly what it's done. Kid's going to put his neck on the line, and I think this game, when we go up to Pine Ridge, is going to be way different than it was the first game of the season. We just had some kids out of position, and it's taken us a couple games to figure out where we're at. I mean, we literally replaced everybody. So we started with a new team. So I think we've just gotten better and better, and you saw it yesterday. We were able to play a lot of young kids yesterday, which is only going to make our team better in the future.
Yeah.
So
I totally agree. Agree. That's one thing that I always talk about too. No matter what the sport is, especially if we the home team is got a good decent lead on a squad, and we know we kind of got the game in our hands, and throw some of those young guys in there with the starters to get a little bit more experience, because who knows, somebody might get hurt, or something. Never want to wish that, but as long as you got the younger guys coming in and getting that experience, that maybe someday it's gonna be their time, and then they'll be ready for it. Like Coach Tramner, so thinking back to the Pine Ridge game from, I believe it was August 31st. What are some of the things that Winnebago has to do to prepare for this next game, because it was a close game.
We talked about that today under our practice. It's going to come down to special teams, and the biggest part of that is Pine Ridge converted 3 of 4 2-point conversions, and we converted 1 of 4. Okay. So being able to get those 2-point conversions, or the PAT, however you want to take it, that's going to be huge. Like you guys, James was talking about on trail, and that young man, he's matured so much throughout his career, but this year he's taken this he's made a decision after the first couple games to put this team on his back, and he's leading these kids in the right way, and James said it last night during the game, that he wanted Braden to get a touchdown. He didn't care about himself, getting a touchdown, and that shows the team aspect that Antrell's got going on, and he didn't care that he didn't score, or didn't get 100 yards, whatever. He wanted to win, and that's his goal. So
one thing, just to piggyback off of that, Coach, is one thing I do see that I see that what you're saying. I see exactly that, but I also see some of these other seniors, and then a lot of the young guys, man, they're following the lead. They're following the lead. When you say Antrell's, being a leader out there, I see what he's doing. I see everybody following him with the same ambition.
Here. This guy back here, Cash, he decided I want to do this year, and he's full-fledged, a big part of this team, special teams wise and receiver wise, especially special teams. Holy buckets!
Does he return kicks, return punts?
He's got what do you got? 4 on the year total?
Return touchdowns?
Yeah,
probably got
something like
four,
that.
4 returned, and probably about another 3 or 4 that almost got returned.
Well, I think we've got 2 called back.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But again, that goes down to special teams, and it goes with everybody blocking. It changed our blocking assignments a little bit on our return, and I think I made it a little simpler. Yeah. And James was talking about keeping it simple. Well, you got that guy, and that guy, and we're not, messing around and coming back to this point. We're just gonna go stick that guy and not worry about it. Yeah. So
it goes to what I was going to try to add to that. You're talking about special teams, and you guys, your 2-point conversions. That last time you played them, you only got 1. Isn't Tiny Baby eligible now?
Yeah.
Why don't you just try one once? Put him at fullback. Put Antrell at tailback. Have someone hand the ball off, and run right behind Tiny Baby, and just.
You watch this next game, you'll see what we got.
All right.
See, I was actually gonna mention that too. That's one thing that, or another thing that you guys, I guess, can look forward to is you guys got Ashton now, and then you guys also got Jerry
Yep.
Jerry Earth,
Yep.
and I saw the last since they've been playing now. I saw them out there hitting people hard.
Yep.
G-Boy when he first got his first minutes, he got the first tackle, and he's been out there trying to get right to the ball. And oh man, just big.
He's a baller.
Oh man, it's just exciting to see.
I'm watching.
Yeah, you look at our interior line right now where you have all sophomores. Ho Hump at center, he's a sophomore.
Oh, yeah.
Doxy at right guard, he's a sophomore. And Tiny at left guard, he's a sophomore. So we got a good core right now for the next couple of years. And just good things. If you look at those kids, those are the kids in the weight room too.
Yeah. Hey man, shoot, let's get one of these boys up here, man. Hey, let's get Doxy up here.
Doc's is old vet up here.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, you are listening to the Big Voice Sports Talk Show. We are talking football, all nation football playoffs here with the Winnebago football squad. We just got done talking with a couple of the coaches, Adam James and Adam Tramner. They give us a little insight of the football game, but they're not trying to give too much out.
Yep.
They're not trying to give too much out.
Keep a lid on some of that stuff.
Keep a lid on all those surprises that they got for this upcoming game here. But ladies and gentlemen, we are joined here now by Jared Doxy.
All-American Jared Doxy.
All-American, my bad, Jared Doxy. And then we also got a senior phenom, Cassius Carnes here. You guys say hello?
Hello.
Oh. So, you boys, last night in the football game, I think you guys probably kind of had an idea you guys were going to kind of come out ready to play. Jared, I know that you're a big part of that defense that I was talking about earlier with the coaches. Could you give us a little insight, maybe, of what your goals are there for the defensive side of the ball for this team?
One of my big goals is to break the record for the sacks in the school.
Ooh, let's go.
Yeah, and then just make sure that, I don't know, we were kind of struggling in the beginning of the season on the outside contain, so I kind of want to keep that under control these past few games because they're pretty fast.
Yeah. So I noticed that a lot of times we talk about those guys. They better not try to run the ball up the gut. They better not try to run the ball up the gut. Then they do, and then the first thing we see is just like big contact like that, and then number 90 gets up off them. Oh, Jared Dox with them. Oh, they better not run it up the middle. And then after a couple of plays, they stop running it to the middle. And so you must be holding your spot down. But do you also kind of encourage your teammates that are around you?
Yeah, I kind of help out Thomas. He just got that starting spot at nose guard.
Oh yeah.
So I kind of help him out there, tell him where it's gonna go because you can tell sometimes.
Yeah, that's
hype him
good.
up.
What do you? Who's middle linebacker? You, Dox?
No, I'm
Are
not
you on the line?
linebacker.
A lot of times you can go and you look at those the tailback or look at the quarterback. Their first instinct is they come out the huddle and they come up to the line. They look already where they're gonna go. Or already you can tell which way they're gonna go. That's what we used to do back in the day. That was back in the day.
Way back in the day. This guy used to have leather helmets.
No face mask.
No face mask, and the football was more of a basketball shape.
And this guy's 1 year younger.
Oh. Well, hey, what about let's talk to Cash here in a second. Hey, Cash, last night I seen you get a good, I think it was a punt return, right? And you got it, and you almost got a touchdown out of that thing, man. And I gotta ask you, when they send you back on a punt, what are you thinking when you're back there?
Touchdown every time.
Touchdown every time?
Yeah.
What do you?
Hopefully it comes to me.
Hopefully it comes to you. Hopefully they kick it in your direction that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I know there were a couple of times that the kick didn't go good, and it either went out of bounds or kind of like maybe short and stuff like that, and you're kind of like, man, you're not gonna get to run it back. Yeah. But I remember running some way back in the day too, way back in the day. But it was. Go ahead.
To bring some, this guy's got his Cassius's uncles back in the day.
Yeah.
Scotty and I forget the other one. He's
Farron.
The other one he passed. Scotty's little brother.
Steve.
No,
Kenny.
Yeah, Kenny. My father. Rest in peace. But those guys were good, fast. All of them.
The ones you just now said. All the rest of them too.
Yeah, and they even Joka, Ramrod, back in the day, he used to be fast too, and he used to be that. I mean, he was younger than Pops and those guys, but he used to do that return kickoffs and return points. So you're in a position where all your male relatives were in those positions. They did really good in those spots too.
Yeah, and sometimes remember even like with Kane and Rocky and those guys too.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Yep.
that whole family, man. Sometimes it's kind of, man, those guys kind of off all those guys because
Carnes boys,
Carnes boys go out there and hit people, man,
Yeah.
and don't even worry if they get hurt or not. They just go out there and hit people.
I'll share a story with you. Scotty, he used to kick off the tee. And these guys are all younger than us. He used to kick off the tee, and usually your kicker's the last one. And then when those guys come back, then your kicker he's the last line of defense. Scotty would kick it, and then he'd be the first one down. And he'd get down before that ball even landed. Those guys would catch it, and he's already just cleaning them up. Big old dust bubble out there.
Yeah.
Those guys got a knucklehead, man. Yeah, those guys crazy, man.
Hey, I gotta give a shout out just on that play you said just now. I give a shout out to what's his name last night? Another senior, Devin Harden. He got a couple of kicks on last night. He was the first one down there to get those tackles.
No, he did the same thing?
He was in on the tackles on a couple of them.
Yeah.
But that's what it was. You could see the hypeness, man. All the seniors knew that it was their last home game last night, man. So everybody just went off, and we were talking about that too.
That's cool.
It's actually really fun to watch you boys play. On both sides of the ball. I think last night we got a couple long bombs that were thrown at us, and that for receptions, but we also got some pickoffs too. And I know Cash, I think during the season you got a couple picks. I know that the Brown Rig brothers got a lot of picks. Who's the other one?
The Tinner's boys?
Yeah.
They're in high school already?
Yeah. Here.
Junior and freshman.
Really?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Dang.
Buffs up here. I think he's just growing more gray hair
gray
as
hair.
the
Holy
episode goes
smokes.
along. Yeah. So hey,
Wow.
so you boys, we got a big game coming up on Saturday. Okay, I'm gonna ask both you guys the same question. What are you guys gonna bring Saturday? What are you gonna bring, Cash? What are you gonna bring up to the game there?
Everything.
You're gonna bring everything,
Yeah, whatever it takes.
whatever
Attaboy.
it takes. Docs, what you gonna bring up there, man?
Same thing he said, just everything. You never know when your last game is.
That's right.
Yeah, you boys,
Hungry.
You guys definitely
Stay hungry.
Definitely always play like it's your last one, man. You know.
When you guys get those big old rings, you win this thing. Those big old rings that they give you for champions.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. Look for one of those.
Definitely, man. When like offense and defense, if something's not going your way, you guys talk it out.
Yeah.
Talk it out. Don't
get
get
down.
down. Don't get down at all, and don't get down on each other.
Yeah.
Slap each other on the rear and just say, "Let's go, guys! Come on, we got to do this." We got one game away from this championship, and you guys want to get there. So you guys, I know you're only a sophomore, Docs, but you and your fellow seniors, you guys got to be the best leaders that you guys ever been in this next game, to move on.
Yeah.
So all we could do is just encourage you guys just to to continue on doing the same thing you're doing, even go harder.
Yep.
And even if you don't think you can go harder, just go harder, man.
And
'cause
football don't last forever, boys. You guys are having the funnest time of your lives right now. So you guys enjoy this, soak it all up, and like I said, have fun. Go out there and let them guys feel you up there in Pine Ridge.
Yeah, definitely, man. I'm fired for that game. I'm not even sure if it's gonna be live streamed or not, because the last time we played them, it wasn't live streamed. So you're gonna have to make that trip up there, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, that semifinal game is gonna be up in Pine Ridge on Saturday, and I believe it's at 1 o'clock.
Mountain time.
1 o'clock Mountain Time, so that makes it 2 o'clock our time here in the Central.
Oh yeah,
So
they get a
remember
hold of your brother, Casey Means, and have him go live on his phone or something.
No, tell them get some Indian tacos and stuff ready. These guys are coming up. You guys better have to feed us.
Unless they're still mad at us from L&I.
This guy's always bringing up. This guy's always bringing up Alan. All right, so hey, maybe Docs, can you tell me a little bit about maybe some of the encouraging words that you're gonna say to some of your teammates when you guys get in that locker room getting ready, or on that bus?
I don't know. Just keep your heads and don't be saying dumb stuff to the other team, because that's what they like to do. Yeah, and just I don't know, lock in.
Yep, keep each other up.
Cash, what kind of message you got for your team?
I usually just tell them, let's go, boys, let's get it. Just give them a simple time up.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yep. So, hey, man, like I said, I'm gonna be fired up to come watch this game, man. And I hope you boys, just continue on, playing your hardest. You guys, every one of you boys could carry all the rest of your boys on your guys' backs, and you guys do this thing together. We got an exciting time coming up.
Yep.
And I want to go to that championship game. So you guys better gonna show out.
One game at a time.
One game at a time. But definitely, you guys, that the last game you guys played against Pine Ridge, take that one personal.
Yeah.
Go up there with those kind of feelings. And we're gonna hopefully go home.
And what we tell all the student athletes that come through here too is, have fun, making memories, soak it all in, have fun, but just go and just lay the boom down, boys.
Leave it all out there. Leave it all out there. You guys should all be trying to take a nap on the ride home because you guys let everything out there.
I know they used to have the little player of the games where they used to give people for sportsmanship and stuff like that. Keep the sportsmanship. Don't do nothing dumb. But this is me. I wouldn't be helping nobody off the ground. Oh, you help him, good job, good run. If you're down there hurting, I'm getting up barking at you like a dog or something like that.
Yeah, after the game,
Feel
you
that?
shake hands.
Yeah.
Shake hands after the game and say good game.
But that's the soft era of everything nowadays, right, boys?
Well, hey, like I said, I'm excited, you guys. I hope you guys go out there and you guys come out on top, man. I'm just gonna really excited for you seniors to continue on playing this game that you guys love.
Mm-hmm.
I know that you guys are all thinking the same thing. Like this is our last year. Let's do this, fellas. So you seniors come together. You guys give a good senior speech on your way up to Pine Ridge on Saturday, and we'll definitely be following you guys.
Yeah, definitely.
And get these coaches back up here, guys. Thanks, guys.
Good job, guys.
Yeah,
hey,
good
have
job.
fun.
Thank you.
Yep, thank you.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that was a couple of our football players on the varsity football team here in Winnebago that advanced from in the All Nations football playoffs. We're going on to the second round, going up to Pine Ridge, South Dakota on Saturday. The game starts at 2 o'clock at our time here, 1 o'clock Mountain Time. Make sure and try to stay tuned. If we can get that live stream link, we'll put it on the Big Voice Radio page and also the Winnebago Public School page, and follow it. So when that comes up, we'll let y'all know. But I want to say thank you guys for listening. Got Coach Adam Tramler and Adam James back on the microphones here. You guys, I'm gonna tell you guys something, man. I'm impressed. You guys got a couple of your players up here, the young men you guys have been working with, and I know that you guys don't only work with them during football season because I know Docs was up here for making the state wrestling last season, and I know Coach Tramler was up here before. What about those boys, you guys? Those two that were up here. Tell us a little bit about those boys, because I know that you guys have been following them ever since they was little.
I think we'll start with Cash. I know Chambers said a little bit. Cash stepped up this year. Hasn't done in the past. Took 4 years to get him to where he is right now, and kid's become a leader. That was something that he didn't have those first 3 years of his high school career. And we wanted him, and we tried to dig out of him. And this year he said, he's been there every single day, hasn't missed practice, does what he's supposed to do. Real coachable, real respectful. It's yes coach, no coach, and does all the things that he needs to do, and that's what's got him in the place that he is. And after that first Pine Ridge game, we figured we had to start getting the ball into his hands a little bit. He started to become a real playmaker on the defensive side of the ball, covering their best receiver all the time. So Cash has come a long way.
That's good.
So he's a good kid.
Those are those players you need, the ones that will take that challenge on. Hey, who's their best player? I'm gonna take him. I got him.
That maturity level comes with that. Because I remember, like when we had reffed his basketball games, and when he was young, me and Quince would ref the boys, and he'd always give attitude to the ref.
Yep.
He'd get mad and say some stuff, and then he'd go sit down and stuff like that, and he'd always, So I seen a little change of that as he got older.
Growing up
a little bit, yeah. So that's good to hear when you said that, how respectful he is. And
I think one of the big things on that is, he's got a little brother that looks up to him. And you're a god to me almost type of thing.
Yeah.
And, you know, Lenny looks up to him hardcore.
Oh,
He
yeah,
wants to
Lenny.
set a good example for,
Yeah.
you know, his brother and, you know, and sister and stuff like that. So
And I see Lenny. He was a little athlete too, and
yeah.
he says he's going to be faster than
Yeah,
Cash.
he
Him and James have that
yeah,
conversation.
he always come up to me. You think I'll be faster than Cash? I said, I don't know. What do you think? And, oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So see, ladies and gentlemen, you know a lot of people don't get these kind of stories here, but I'm glad that you guys got those stories, and you know, even though I'm born and raised here in Winnebago, I get to see all these kids grow up all these kids grow up and everything too, you know. But you guys play a really deep role in especially like these young men's lives right now.
Yep.
You know, I always talk about this to parents and other coaches and stuff too. Here in Winnebago, like for me for basketball, we go, if I have 10 players out for this team, I might have 7 or 8 that are coming from a single parent home. And coaches, we have an obligation. I mean, we can't just go out there, okay, get 20 shots up and run some sprints, and let's go. We got a game Friday. No, we got a deeper role than that. And right now, it sounds like I'm hearing a little bit about your guys' role in these young men's lives. So I'm gonna say thank you to you for that, because it's one of those roles that get overlooked. You know, we're coaches, yeah, but we play a little bit more of a role. And I mean, just from experience, you guys. So
Absolutely.
But yeah. Anyway, I think I don't know if I interrupted you, Adam.
You're good.
You're good.
Probably.
Probably. No.
Probably did.
Oh no. So yeah. Oh, what about Jared Doxey? That's what we was talking about.
I think
That boy's
Docs has been
growing.
hanging around us for, I don't know, 8
Junior-
years.
Well, little kids wrestling 5th grade when he
Then
started.
Then he hung out on the sideline, water boy, since he was like 8 years old. I don't know. But that boy has been the same size since he's been 8, so I don't know how old he was. But
He got a lot bigger, huh?
he's hung around us, gone to wrestling tournaments all with us as a manager. He's probably been more football games than I have, just traveling with us. And yeah, that kid knows the game, knows wrestling. I mean, when he gets into something, he becomes a master of whatever he's doing. Kid watches videos on wrestling all the time and goes out there and works on the moves at practice and on his own time. You know, football. We said we needed a kicker, so he became a freaking field goal kicker. And he's
Dang,
actually
last
really,
night he
really
booted
good.
that thing almost into Randy DeCora's van.
Oh, I was just going to say that. So we mentioned this a couple weeks back. I think a couple weeks back he went, I believe it was 6 for 7
Yeah.
on field goals, and then we just got done talking about him being in the academy.
Yeah.
So he's already going to UNL.
Yeah.
You know,
Absolutely.
what's the possibilities of this kid going down there and becoming a kicker for UNL? You know what I mean?
Doxy's 6 for 7 where?
Here.
In a game?
I don't know if
Messing
he'll
around.
be a kicker.
Well, the PAT, he won't be a kicker. I'm hoping he gets about 2 more inches and about 30 more
yeah.
pounds of muscle, and he
He played D.
can play
D-line.
D-end or D-line.
Then he can be a decoy.
Yeah, we've put him at nose guard. We put him now he's at our outside D-end position. He's at our guard position on offense, and we do a lot of trapping, blasting, double teaming with him, and yeah, he's just he's a workhorse.
Utility man.
Yeah.
He is.
I'll tell you guys a story when he was he played softball back in the day with his dad. You guys know his dad, big guy. He Jared, little Doxy, was just a baby, like probably 3 months old, 2 months old, and we were down at Wall Hill at a softball tournament, and we were sitting around, and little Doxy's mom was sitting on the ground next to him. He was on a blanket, and he just he had about it, laying on his back, kicking around. Someone hit a pop fly behind fall ball, went right over the fence, and it come right by him like that, and then everybody said, "Oh no," like that, and then that ball hit like right next to him, right on the blanket, just boom, and it bounced away. Big Dox, come on, son, catch that. You know, 3 months old.
Yeah.
Just a little story right there to share. That was
Yeah,
crazy.
that's
The big thing with Doxy is, the way I look at it is, the kid, he'll play anywhere on that field. I mean, he'd play free safety, he'd play, cornerback if he needed to. And I don't remember if it was a Pine Ridge game or the Todd County game, he gave everything he had. And he hasn't come off the field much at all. And he had to come out, I think it was a Todd County game, and he was cramping up, and he's like, I can't come out. And I'm like, dude, if you can't walk because you're cramping, you got to come out. And, you know, he was upset that he couldn't finish the game the way he wanted to. You know, and so that shows a lot of pride in what he's trying to have as a goal.
Well, that's good. See, someone shared that. I think it was Aaron Meyer from
Oakland.
Yeah.
Oakland.
Yeah.
So they were talking about being in this all native thing, and then there's a couple of other guys that are talking. You know, maybe get back on into doing regular Nebraska games and stuff like that. However, then I think it was Aaron said you guys got in that at the perfect time to get in the Native American thing, because it's getting more people interested to playing football again and trying to bring Winnebago back to, you know, how it used to be back in the 80s and stuff like that. So it kind of hit home on both ways. And I was kind of the same way. I was like, well, how much better can you guys, how much good can they get by blowing these other Indian teams out? It's like, you know, but up here it's good for their confidence, stuff like that. But, you know, so I look at it both ways, you know.
Yeah.
But
I'm sure that you hear pros and cons every single day, you know.
Yeah.
And
we look at it, you know, and I think I'll talk about the pro being in it. We've gotten more kids into college right now, playing football and free education by being in the league that we are, because our kids get looked at. When we're getting smacked around and winning 1 or 2 games a season, we're not going to get looked at. We got a lot of, I'm telling you, the league's getting better and better. The teams that we're playing are getting better and better, as much as it doesn't look like it sometimes. The Little One yesterday has 30 kids. What was it? 4 years ago when this league started, they had 14. I mean, we're playing Todd County, who has 58 kids out for football. When they started and we won the championship that year, they had 15 total kids on their sideline.
oh wow,
So I mean, it's
That's
only going to get
huge,
better. It's
man.
going to get bigger. We actually just last week, because NSA is coming back up, and we are going to be in this league for the next 2 years. We just sent out to Walto, to Santee, and then up in South Dakota, they shipped out about 15 different letters to see if some other schools want to get in, like White River, and to see if they're going to join. So right now we're at 18 schools, and I think it's only going to get bigger.
so they'll do 2-year contracts with
Just
that?
like
Same rotation.
So they're on the same rotation as the NSA now.
Oh, okay.
You know, like James said, when we got in this league, you know, we had the athletes and we were just tough, you know, smacking these guys around. And where we were talking earlier about, you know, only playing so many quarters with our good guys and the starters. Well, this league is starting to evolve, and these kids are coming to different schools, and they're saying, hey, we see the success here and we want to be a part of it. So when you look at the upper tier teams, you know, we were blowing guys out, you know, the first year or two, and now those teams, it's a more competitive game, and you know, it's fun to watch. You know, it sucks on our side because it's like, oh geez, you know, but
I bet the other schools are thinking the same way then, you know. They
100%.
Yeah, they're probably was getting
We have
better.
weekly Zoom meetings with all the teams, and just talk about what's going on and who's interested on the outside, and it's all positive. I mean, this year's championship game is now going to be on the South Dakota Public Broadcast Network, just like the Nebraska State Championship game is, just like the other South Dakota schools are. So not only is the league getting better, I think the more these outside schools are starting to look at it more, but also the South Dakota Public Broadcast, the Athletic Association of South Dakota is seeing what's going on, seeing the success of what's going on with these teams that didn't have teams before.
Sure.
And they're starting to buy into it and starting to say, well, hey, you used to live stream it on Live Ticket, which is the same as like YouTube around here. Well, now the broadcast system, so it will be on TV.
So they want to showcase these kids now.
Are they
It's
gonna
nice.
so if the boys get this game Saturday
Yep.
and they go to the championship, the championship is going to be playing at the Dome?
Yep. That'll be the following Saturday, and it'll be broadcast on the South Dakota Broadcast Network.
And that date is the following Saturday. What's that date?
And that is the 4th.
November 4th. Okay.
It'll be a 7 p.m.
That'll be
game.
that, and that'll probably be like a home game. Everybody probably get up there for
that's
that one.
the
So that
same day Diami runs down in
Yep, down in Haskell at conference, and
Well-
I know I think top 15 there make nationals or something like that. I can't remember.
That'd be great, man.
Wow.
Well, hey, we are almost coming to the end of the show, but I'm looking at our schedule, and I just want to make sure that, we got a big game coming up Saturday, coaches. I just want to give you guys an opportunity to maybe, if you got a message for the team or for the fans, because myself, I always try to post and share all the response from the school, all the notices from the school of game times and stuff, and I always try to encourage everybody to go, so give you guys a little opportunity to give a message out to the listeners here.
Yeah, we do our darndest to make sure that the community is told what's going on at the school. We have our board sitting outside of the school, so every time everybody drives by, everything's up there. We send out a mass text to the entire community. We throw it on YouTube or Facebook. We also have our school website. Everything's broadcast with the times, and I'm telling you, not every school does that, but I try to make sure that I send out a activity thing or a school involvement thing every single day of what's going on at our school, so that community, parents, guardians are all involved. This Saturday we go up to Pine Ridge and play at 1 p.m. Mountain Time. Our boys are ready. It's been a different year for us. Like I said at the beginning of the year, we've evolved into what we are right now, and I just think we're finding our stride. And I think it'll be a totally different game when you come this Saturday.
Yes, indeed.
I'm telling you, they have some athletes. They have some really, really good athletes, and it's going to be a good game. I know they're going to bring a big crowd, and it's going to be snowing.
Oh yeah. Coach Traver?
Like to see the stands just covered in blue.
Yes.
It is going to be cold, but you know what? If you can weather it and come support us and cheer us on, and then we can hit up that dome next week.
Yes, indeed, man.
Because we don't know about the live stream. The last time we talked, they were waiting on a wire to show up.
Yeah.
So
I know the talk about this league is that we travel a long time, but I hope people understand, like Class A, I graduated from Kearney High, and every week we played at east side of Omaha, and that was a 4.5-hour drive. So it's nothing that teams don't do in Nebraska as well as other states. A buddy of mine's up in North Dakota, and they play 9-man football, and they have to drive to the other side of the state, and it's a 12-hour drive. So
oh my gosh!
It's nothing that I know it's a long drive for fans to have to go out there, but I think it will be a great atmosphere at 1 o'clock up in Pine Ridge.
I remember somebody from the community. Well, a couple of people were trying to like throw it out there about a fan bus or anything like that. Is there any possibilities of that happening?
Yeah, I
haven't heard anything.
I haven't heard anything either. That's honestly has got to come from the community and or the tribe. Our bus obviously we take, and we're leaving on Friday, so it'd be awesome if some fans could get together and figure that out. I think it'd be.
I wonder
where are you guys staying when you guys are up there Friday night in
So
Rapid?
we're actually going to go up to Shattern State, get the kids on the Shattern State football field to do a walkthrough. We rented a little place out so we can have a meal together on that night about 8 o'clock, and then we're going to be staying up there, get up, eat breakfast, head over to Pine Ridge, and be there about 11 o'clock Mountain Time. So we got emails and stuff out to the coaches, and hopefully it'll be a good experience for the boys to go out there on a sweet field that Danny Woodhead was on at one point.
Oh man! Well, hey, let's see if this works, then, gentlemen. Let's see if this works. Anybody out there who's listening, who's maybe in a position where you could I don't know, maybe try to get a hold of somebody on council, maybe somebody like Coach Huge is out there listening. Maybe you guys can visit a little bit and try to see what we can come up with. Trying to get a fan bus to head up there. Like, we don't have school for a couple of days, so the kids are all gonna be home chilling. So there's a lot of time for us adults to be messaging each other, trying to set something up. We could just do this from our phones nowadays. So let's see if that works, guys. I'll see if I can start off a little message to some of the guys, and we'll see what happens, because I would like to see that those bleachers full too. So So I want to say thank you guys for coming up here. We do one little thing about the Cornhuskers. I just want to say, Cornhuskers are on a winning streak. I know that my brother Buff here, he's wearing Cornhusker stuff every day. He's a big diehard fan, and I know that he's real happy how the season is actually coming to. So I remember him saying to me last week that if you look at the schedule, bro, we can win this thing out.
We might be able to win it out.
We might be able to win it out.
Yeah.
And as long as we beat Iowa,
Yeah, we can be 0-11 as long as we 1-12 as long as we beat Iowa. That's
a winning season.
That season's good. I'm happy with
That's
that.
right.
Yeah.
I had for years. I had all the stuff that I was gonna say when Nebraska beat Iowa, so they were all bottled up for years. So last year I got it, and boy, everybody, all my Iowa buddies, all deactivated their account, or blocked me, or something like that. So it was crazy.
Well, you know what, guys? Usually, like every episode, me and Buff, we hand out a player of the game, our player of the week. And I've been thinking about my player of the week. Buff might be thinking about his player of the week too. But before I actually give my player of the week out, I want to give one shout out to the rest of the football team, and especially those other seniors there, because Docs and Cash were the ones that could make it up here. If I could have all the seniors up here, I'd want all the seniors up here to kind of give their little spiel on their senior season, and maybe we win that championship. Maybe we'll do that, and get you guys back up here and get those other seniors up here to talk. But I do want to give a shout out to those seniors. Good showing out last night on the your last home game, and congratulations for making it to the second round, guys. And let's do this, guys. Let's do this. All right, so my player of the week. I was thinking about this kid last night. I believe he ran for a touchdown. He threw for a touchdown. He got an interception. I scored a touchdown and interception. Only thing he didn't do was get a sack, and that's Patrick Burke.
Oh,
Patrick Burke was so good last night on both sides of the ball.
I gave him the business because he got hawked down on that interception.
Another kid that I don't know. See, I gotta get the program.
That's Bridget Galloway's boy. He's a little fancy dancer. He's
you want to talk about a utility player? That kid. Where do you want me? You want me to play center? Okay.
Yeah, I'll do it.
I'll play nose. I'll go against that big old 300-pound boy. He don't care.
Hey, so if you're listening out there, Patrick, or if your buddies are listening, let Patrick know that he's got my player of the week medal,
vote.
and come check it out.
Well, I'm not gonna single anybody out. I'm just gonna give it to the head coaches here. I'll give you guys can split it, cut in half, whatever.
Just give them both one.
We'll give you guys both one, but just for what you guys are doing, and all the time and effort you guys are putting in with these kids, and not just with basketball, with wrestling, and Adam, you got so much on your plate at the school, which is crazy, but you always find time for the kids here, and also for your own daughters that are playing elsewhere. I see your snaps everywhere. And, 6 a.m, you're at the weight room, and then next thing you know, that night you're clear somewhere else down in Lincoln or somewhere else. So just the stuff, the time and effort you put in just with this world of sports.
Yeah.
I kind of like that for you.
Thank you.
And this, Adam, I'm still getting to know you, but like I said, one of the things that stands out to me is when your wrestlers made it down the state tournament, and you're the biggest cheerleader for them. All the videos you can see you jumping around and kissing them on the lips, kissing the other Adam on the lips.
I always turn my head.
But no, I just want to give you guys each one of those. You guys are just for, like I said, for all you guys do. Good job.
Thank you.
Okay.
Well, you guys, coaches, I want to say thank you guys for joining us and sharing your guys' stories and your experiences and all the information. Ladies and gentlemen, you are listening to the Big Boy Sports Talk Show. This is Coach Q. I'm along here with my co-host, B Luv, and we got Adam Chandler and Adam James in the house. If you want to listen to this one, if you missed it, go back and listen to it again. We are the Big Boy Sports Radio, and we are out of here.
Peace.